Spiritual Gumbo. Back to Syria. I have to stress to you that yesterday's lesson was kind of like 2 in 1. You know, working my way to get a certain number of chapters done in a week. I don't want to put really more than a chapter for the day. You get what I'm saying? There needs to be enough time for people to listen to it, mull it over, yay or nay, whatever they will, and then go forth. Uh, I attempt to give you enough time to do that without bombarding you with all of this. But we're going back over so many things that we've already gone over before that I don't want anyone to feel like it's repetitious. But at this point, we get to fine tooth comb go through this. And we're going to pick up where we left off. One moment. Verse 41. Now remember, Jacob takes the blessing from Esau. His mother tells him to. Let's not act like he did this all on his own. Okay? Right? And it even explains how his mother conspired with him to take the hair of an animal and put it on his body so that way she could try to pass it off as the hair that he didn't have, that his brother did have going forward. It's an amazing thing that they cared so much that Esau did not marry someone who was from Syria. Now, mind you, people have to recognize this. For Isaac is different. Right on? Both of his parents had sojourned in the land that his wife is from. So his sentiment should be just as that. But he has brothers that we know of for sure that are of the Egyptian like and that are of the Canaanite like. With that being said, we should appreciate the fact that he picked a Kettite and a Hivite over a Canaanite, and there's no telling how they would have responded to that. But understand, the Kettite and the Hivites are daughters of Canaan. So it's indicative that we see it for what it is. They wanted their people to be in the land. And if you remember correctly, Rebekah was told by her brother that may her seed inherit the cities of their enemies. Verse 41 of chapter 27. And Esau was very angry with Jacob because of the blessing with which his father blessed him. And Esau said in his mind, let the days of my father's mourning draw nigh, that I may slay my brother Jacob. And the words of Esau, her eldest son, were reported to Jacob. Stop right there. He said in his mind. Do you know what that means? His demeanor said that he's about to kill him. Because if you say it in your mind, and then it says that, and the words of Esau, her eldest son, were reported to Rebekah, and she sent and called to Jacob, her younger son, or somebody read his mind. Ooh, even deeper. Come on, I don't want to get too carried away right now, but let's just go ahead. And said to him, behold, Esau, thy brother, threatens thee to kill thee. And that's because she went and got little Jacob. So listen, she told Jacob, like, look, bro, Esau wants to kill you. Verse 43. Now then, my son, hear my voice, and rise, and depart quickly into Mesopotamia, to Laban, my brother, and to Haran, and dwell with him certain days, until thy brother's anger and rage depart from thee, and he forget what thou hast done to him. and I will send and fetch thee thence, lest at any time I should be bereaved of both of you in one day. Of you both in one day. So pretty much he's saying like, I don't want you both to die in one day. Right on? You see what I'm saying? You know, like, I don't want you guys to kill each other. So I know you're not gonna just let them kill you, but I don't want you. I just don't want it to even go there. So, however, just gonna go ahead and pick up. Verse 46. And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life, because of the daughters of the sons of Chet. If Jacob shall take a wife of the daughters of this land, wherefore should I live? Did you hear that? Wherefore should I live? She's saying like, look, I don't trust these chicks. I think they'll put me out, and I think they'll let them put me out. Right. Because if I outlive Isaac, right? Or let's say, God forbid, Isaac gives everything to Jacob like he has, and one of these daughters of Ket are like, yeah, you guys got to go. Right? See what I'm saying? She's like, we don't know their customs pretty much. Or their customs aren't our ways, and we're not rocking like that. Verse 1 of chapter 28. And Isaac, having called for Jacob, blessed him, and charged him, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of the Canaanites. Rise and depart quickly into Mesopotamia, to the house of Bethuel, the father of thy mother, and take to thyself thence a wife of the daughters of Laban, thy mother's brother. And may my God bless thee, and increase thee, and multiply thee, and thou shalt become gatherings of nations. And may he give thee blessing, and may he give thee the blessing of my father Abraham, even to thee, and to thy seed after thee, to inherit the land of thy sojourning, which God gave to Abraham. So Isaac went away. So Isaac sent away Jacob, and he went into Mesopotamia, to Laban, the son of Bethuel, the Syrian, the brother of Rebekah, the mother of Jacob and Esau. And Esau saw that Isaac blessed Jacob, and sent him away to Mesopotamia of Syria, as he blessed him to take himself a wife thence, that he charged him, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of the Canaanites. And that Jacob hearkened to his father and his mother, and went to Mesopotamia of Syria. And Esau also, having seen that the daughters of Canaan were evil before his father Isaac, Esau went to Ishmael, and took Malith, the daughter, Esau went to Ishmael, and took Malith, the daughter of Ishmael, the son of Abraham, the sister of Nebaioth, a wife in addition to his other wives. Listen. Nebaioth is obviously, I think that's the firstborn of Ishmael, if I'm not mistaken. And what he's saying is that, let me break it down to you, to try to appease his parents, as opposed to going to Mesopotamia, Syria, right? Doing that would have been the right thing to do, which is like to go. He didn't want to marry. So listen, this is crazy. This is the type of stuff we're talking about. They have homeborn servants. This is how you know that these dudes are from a royal bloodline. Esau married into a royal bloodline of the Kittites and the Hivites. What did he do? Since he saw that, he didn't care about what his mother thought. What did his father think? Listen, the daughters of Canaan were evil before his father Isaac. So what did he try to do? He tried to assuage that by marrying a daughter of who? His brother. Come on, man. Listen, look, just look at it. Just break it down in your mind. Right, I'm going to go marry one of my uncle's daughters since he's going to marry one of our uncles. But they're like, it's different. You know what I'm saying? His mother is not one of our people. His mother was an Egyptian. And see, and that's the anyway, man. Let me not get carried away. Moving forward. Esau went verse 9, went to Ishmael and took Meliah, the daughter of Ishmael, the son of Abraham, the sister of Nabiath, a wife in addition to his other wives. So this guy already has two wives, and now he gets a third wife, right? See how this dude is tripping already? You're doing way too much. You're just doing way too much. Anyway. Verse 10. And the reason why you're doing too much is because it's like, I'm almost willing to say his parents would have rathered him have got with a servant in the house and gave a homeborn servant babies than to have done that. Anyway, man. Verse 10. And Jacob went forth from the well of the oath and departed into Haran, and came to a certain place and slept there, for the sun had gone down. And he took one of the stones of the place and put it at his head, and lay down to sleep in that place. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder fixed on the earth, whose top reached to heaven. And the angels of God ascended and descended on it. And the Lord, what? And the Lord stood on it, stood upon it, and said, I am the God of thy father Abraham, and the God of Isaac. Fear not. The land on which thou liest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed. And thy seed shall be as the sand of the earth, and it shall spread abroad to the sea, and to the south, and to the north, and to the east. And in thee, and in thy seed shall all the tribes of the earth be blessed. And behold, I am with thee to preserve thee continually, and all the way wherein thou shalt go. And I shall bring thee back to this land, for I will not desert thee, until I have done all that I have said to thee. So he's like, if I do desert you, everything that I have said is going to have been done for you. And furthermore, do you note that he lays down, he goes to sleep, he's laying his head on a rock, solid foundation, just in case you don't get that. And not the sand, right? You get that? Or in the dirt, however you want to put it, right? So, and he has this dream, what he thinks, but it's really a vision, okay? And the same being, listen, the same being, listen, the same entity that came down, that has been here, established by the Most High God to do the Most High God's bidding, has the authority to call himself unto a man a God. Come on. I'm trying to speak it to you. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? Notice, these aren't the angels. See, they use these words, God and Lord, interchangeably to confuse the reader. But know this, the Most High God, the Tetragrammaton, is differently denoted when he is spoke upon every single time than as opposed to when it's just speaking on the Messiah, who has existed from the dawn of time, since before time. What I'm saying is that he is calling himself God to, now again, another man, Jacob, saying that to you, I am a God. You know what I mean? My power level to you is not just angelic, it's godlike, because they considered angels to be Lord, in the sense that the angels are so much more stronger than them, have so much more power, that they understand that this entity is not normal. Now note that it tells him not to panic pretty much. See what I'm saying? The only reason why you have to tell somebody right? The only reason you have to tell somebody, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much don't trip. You know what I'm saying? If you have to tell somebody, fear not, you know what I mean? Fear not, right on, don't be afraid. That means that clearly the first thing Jacob was probably terrified. Because he's like, I can't believe it. They're saying he's watching a ladder go from the heavens up and down, and people want to liken this to a spaceship. Why can't this just be a ladder that they have in the heavens that can reach all the way down to the earth if they so like it? Anyway, that's just way too complicated, I guess. Even though there's 364 stations on the eastern and western side of the heaven that denote the sun rising and setting, and the moon following in tow. However, I'm not getting carried away. Let's continue to read this just for a little while longer, and then we're going to be done. Verse 13. And the Lord stood upon it and said, I am the Lord, I am the God of thy father Abraham and the God of Isaac. Stop right there. Now let's just go back up and read this other part. Look. He took one of the stones of the place, right? And lay down to sleep in that place, right? And dreamed, and behold, a ladder fixed on the earth. So that means that it couldn't move, right? Whose top reached to the heaven. And the angels of God, not the Lord, ascended and descended on it. So the first thing he seen was the angels going up the ladder and then coming down. And the Lord stood upon it, or was established, as it says here, and said, I am the God of thy father Abraham, and the God of Isaac. Stop right there. So if they worshipped the Messiah, right, who in turn, in tow, is doing the will of the Most High God, right, then who in tow are they? Ultimately, if he doesn't accept the praise and gives the glory to the Most High, you could never know that he doesn't do. You can't say the Messiah doesn't do that. There's a level of credit, I think, that he may rate, but all the glory be to the Most High God. He knows this. There's no mistaking to it. But he is the physical embodiment of what it means to do what the Most High God would have us to do. Let me also say that, so there be no mistakes. Having said that, do you hear how he explains? He doesn't call it the west. He says, and it shall spread. He's talking about his seed, right? We're going to skip forward. And thy seed shall be as the sand of the earth, and it shall spread abroad to the sea, and to the south, and the north, and to the east. So it covers every direction. But he's saying, to their west is the sea, to your back is water. Okay? Just in case people didn't understand that. And it's a sea, not a lake, a sea. There's only a couple seas over there. You understand me? There's only a couple seas over there. Anyway. You just go ahead and just keep it pushing. Man. This is one of my favorite things to do. I just like this right here. I just like to go into it. Let me go ahead and pull back my hand at verse 15. I'm gonna read the end of 14 and go into 15. And in thee and in thy seed shall all the tribes of the earth be blessed. And behold, I am with thee to preserve thee continually in all the way therein thou shalt go. And I will bring thee back to this land, for I will not desert thee until I have done all that I have said to thee. So the Most High God is reaffirming, come on, I have to stop right here on this note. The Most High God is reaffirming his promise that he, even in the curse, that he said that he would bring the people back, right on, for their redemption. Come on, can you hear me now? To this land. Come on. Where do you have to go to get right? Come on. Zion, right? Well, where's Mount Zion at? And then other than in the land that he's in. Spiritual gumbo. All right.